Our video today is making the assumption that you are going to build a structurally sound pantry rollout to which you will attach a door that moves in and out with your pantry rollout. It's also based on assuming that this is going to be an overlay door on your pantry rollout. If you intend to have an interior rollout, a pantry rollout that's also interior rollout, so you can have a hinge door in front of it, then you have to adjust your insets to accommodate that. What you're looking at here is a pantry rollout slide from Fulterer Manufacturing. The weight rating on this slide is 175 pounds. And you can get slides all the way from 16 inches and I think they go up to 30-inch in length on this one. The one I'm showing you here is the 22-inch version pantry pullout. Another important thing about this slide is it appears in the instructions that these right here are simply for the purpose of aligning the cabinet that you built from left to right, but it has a way more important purpose than that, and that is this is what locks your cabinet in place, so when you pull it open it doesn't come out and sit in your lap and all of your canned goods and all that junk on the floor. So there it is, and you dial these pins here in. So there's the slotted hole. The pin goes into that slotted hole. You can see that I'm getting some side-to-side adjustment there, but primarily now this prevents the cabinet from sliding out because those pins are locked in there. Another thing, as long as we've got this sitting like this, let me show you that you also have an up and down adjustment here on the bottom. Now watch this, you can see the up and down adjustment here. That's pretty nice. So here are the components. Now just for the video that we're doing right now, I'm going to snap this into place. It has a couple of clips that it mounts into very easily. I'll show you where they are. See right there, you see these clips, or these little slots here. And that's where this device snaps into place in your cabinet. There, now it's in place. So we've installed the damper, and what that does is give you it works, it kind of opposes the soft close and gives you a better closing effect, especially at the top where you might have a slamming effect. So what I'm going to do now is go to the kitchen cabinet that I have right there and show you what I'm up to. So as long as we're talking about the number 775 rollout unit, there are some instructions on clearances for the bottom track and the guide that goes with the bottom track. The manufacturer is telling us to allow 65 millimeters for that, and for the upper guide and track they are saying that we should allow 59 millimeters plus or minus 1. Well, I can tell you 59 millimeters tolerance works just fine. That seems to be the right thing to do. Then you have a total of 65 for the bottom runner and 59 for the top runner, so you have to subtract from your opening 124 millimeters from the cabinet opening, and then you're going to get a pretty much perfect fit. Don't be afraid of these numbers. If your cabinet is square and you do a nice job of building the box, this allowing 65 millimeters for the bottom track and 59 millimeters for the top runner and guide, that's going to work perfect for your opening. But I wouldn't crowd it any more than that. That would be where I would stick if I were you. Otherwise, allow another millimeter of slack, but don't go any tighter. This is our kitchen cabinet here. As you can see, this is where I'm going to put a pantry rollout. And I've fabricated this thing just as a test unit. So I did as the instructions say, 59 millimeters on the top, 65 on the bottom, for a total of 124 millimeters, and my opening from top to bottom is 1063 millimeters. So I subtract 124 from that. I'm building my box 939 millimeters exactly. That's going to tell us if the manufacturer's specs work, because if I can get this in with this thing built 939 millimeters, that means you can be safe with the manufacturer's specs. Let's take a look at the floor of the cabinet to start with. I've drawn a line to where I want the pantry rollout slide to be attached to the base of the cabinet. Also, I have piloted a hole that's from the front of the face frame, a 37 millimeter setback to the center of this hole in the bottom of the cabinet. And that makes it possible for me to correctly install this drawer runner. Because this line of holes here is set at 35 millimeters from the front edge of this slide. And so if I use the holes here from this line of holes and put a screw into this 37 millimeter setback, then I will have a 2 millimeter setback on my bottom runner for my pantry pullout unit. And that's exactly what the factory wants. So let me do that by flipping this over. And in this case, I have to pull the unit out to get at the screw hole. What I'm going to do is put the screw in that position. I have my automatic 2 millimeter setback from the front edge, exactly what the manufacturer requires for the installation of this bottom slide for the pantry rollout unit. Next, we are looking at the upper portion of our cabinet. Here again, from the front of the face frame to the center of this hole is 37 millimeters. That's what you will have to do to achieve what we need in the construction of, or in the installing of the upper runner. Here we're looking at the front side of this upper runner. The front side of this upper runner, this first hole is set back. So when we install it here, using that hole with a 37 millimeter setback, we will have exactly 3/8 of an inch setback from the front edge, and that's what is required for the installation of this pantry pullout slide. So here you see that the runner is installed, and it has the required 3/8 of an inch setback here for the upper runner. And here's your slide coming out. The upper runner is installed. Now we're going to attach the bottom guide. This will be the front over here. This requires a 37 millimeter setback, which you want. Helps make your door shut better. There, we're not going to put all the screws in because this is a sample. There, this is the front, the bottom runner that goes in here. I'm going to provide a little more in the way of an explanation related to installing the upper stabilizer and the bottom guide. I don't know that it comes off very clear in the video. So this is an explanation. What this is, this represents the core of the pantry pullout. In fact, it is the core of the pantry pullout. I cut it off the top of the one that you're looking at in the video. This requires a 37 millimeter setback from the front edge of your pantry pullout. And then you attach the, as you were watching in the video, the bottom guide. And here's a Here's the hole that you use for attaching the bottom guide. It's set back 37 millimeters to the center of this slotted hole. The same thing applies with the upper stabilizer. There's the requirement of the 37 millimeter setback from the front edge of the core of your pantry pullout. This again is the front, and our guide goes in here. Again, you need a 37 millimeter setback. Let's take a quick look at this piece. This is your guide that goes on the top of your pantry pullout unit. You screw it to the top of the pantry pullout, and this is toward the back of the pantry pullout unit. It's at the back side on the top. This device back here is designed to adjust for various weight capacities. I think you can possibly see the little arrow right there, and so that lines up with for light loads. You can see a little thing there, and then if you go this way, then you can also see the arrow lines up with the heavy load thing. Using this device will provide you the best possible closing action for your pantry pullout unit. Another thing I want to point out is these little red clips. They're actually besides being used to remove your inner carriage, they're a safety clip that prevents the pantry pullout unit from accidentally being pulled out of the cabinet. This inner carriage is locked in once these little red clips are put into here and then locked back like that. Good safety feature. Next, we'll install our pantry rollout, but first thing we have to do here is pull this track out all the way as far as we can get it. This is the weight bearing, so you don't have to worry about putting the entire weight of your pantry pullout on this and then slide it into the upper guide. So that's what we'll do now. Make sure I have it the front side here. So I'm going to drop this on here. It's on all the way in. And now I line it up here where these guides are. You can see that. And I should hear a click as it goes by. One click, two clicks, and she's in. Now, let's watch this clever factory animation here. This is the up and down adjustment here. Pull it all the way out, like that. And all the weight can be on the roller. This is just an upper guide. And it has a soft close feature. I was a little concerned about functionality of this, so I added some weight, as you can see here. I got it extended all the way. All the weight is resting on the runner. This is just a guide with a damper on it. So I do believe that the more weight that's on here, the better this soft close function down here works. And this thing will handle up to 175 pounds all the way out. Shove it in. Looks pretty good to me. I do like the added weight. It does run nicer. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was kind of fun to make. I got to do 2 more of these yet. I better hurry up because my wife's anxious to get her kitchen cabinet back, and I'm going to put in a pantry rollout in here, and she's going to love that. So I got to get her done. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, do this thing, the thumbs up deal, and just subscribe and share it with all your friends if you liked it.